Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to kick off this presentation on Mastering Telemetry for Dynamics 365 Business Central. Today, we'll explore how proactive insights, performance monitoring, and operational excellence can be achieved through effective telemetry. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the key concepts and practical strategies to harness telemetry for your business success. Let's get started. Welcome to this slide on Mastering Telemetry for Dynamics 365 Business Central. Without telemetry, administrators often find themselves reacting to user complaints after issues have already impacted the system. This reactive approach can lead to delays and frustration, making it harder to maintain smooth operations. Telemetry changes the game by turning troubleshooting into a data-driven process. It provides real-time insights into system health and performance, allowing us to identify and address issues proactively. Think of telemetry as the difference between flying a plane with instruments versus flying blind. Running Business Central telemetry without proper setup is like flying without instruments. Sure, you might stay in the air, but you'll have no warning when something's about to go wrong. That's why understanding the importance of telemetry is crucial. It's not just about fixing problems, it's about preventing them before they happen. So, in this session, we'll explore why telemetry is essential for keeping Business Central running smoothly and how to leverage it effectively. Actionable insights from telemetry help us prevent system downtime by providing us with the information we need to act proactively. This means we can take measures before issues escalate, ensuring our system remains stable. Telemetry essentially transforms what might seem like invisible system pressures into clear, visible patterns that we can interpret. These patterns are highly actionable. They guide us on what needs attention to prevent outages. Think of telemetry as turning invisible pressures into a visible map. It reveals early signs like spikes, deadlocks, or extension issues, often before users even notice that something's wrong. This early detection capability is crucial for maintaining smooth operations. And it's important to note that telemetry respects privacy. It doesn't capture sensitive customer or invoice data. Instead, it focuses purely on operational insights, giving us the information we need without compromising privacy. Finally, you can think of telemetry as a hidden minimap of your Business Central environment. It captures behavior signals such as sessions, errors, and performance metrics. This minimap helps us understand how everything is functioning behind the scenes, enabling us to optimize and maintain the system effectively. Let's take a closer look at how Business Central telemetry works with Azure Application Insights. This integration allows us to monitor the health of our system in a centralized way, which makes troubleshooting much more efficient and data-driven. When we talk about centralized monitoring benefits, the key idea is that all the system signals like performance metrics and error reports are gathered in one place, giving us a clear overview. However, it's important to remember that accessing this telemetry data requires appropriate permissions. You need to have the right permissions set up to read the data. Additionally, to get this working, you'll need an Application Insights resource configured within your Azure subscription. The great news is that Business Central emits telemetry data directly to Azure Application Insights out of the box. This means once you've set everything up, the system automatically sends the relevant data, making it easier for us to monitor and respond to issues proactively. This integration really enhances our ability to keep Business Central running smoothly and ensures we're always informed about the system's health. Let's take a closer look at the Power by Telemetry apps and figure out which one to use in different scenarios. This slide focuses on telemetry for individual extensions, which is really helpful when you're trying to pinpoint issues that are specific to a certain customization or add-on. By using this app, you can isolate problems more effectively, making troubleshooting much more straightforward. On the other hand, we have the environment-wide telemetry. This provides a broader view of what's happening across the entire system. It shows overall system behavior, such as login patterns and session trends, giving you insights into how users are interacting with the system on a larger scale. Now, when comparing the app usage and the app usage app versus the system-wide telemetry, think of it like this. The former is more about understanding how individual extensions are performing, while the latter gives you a snapshot of the entire environment's health and usage. Choosing between them depends on whether you're troubleshooting a specific extension or looking at overall system performance. Both tools are powerful, and knowing when and how to use each will help you master telemetry management in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Now, let's take a closer look at the differences between these Power by Telemetry apps. First, we have the app that zooms in on telemetry tied to a single extension. This view allows us to see exactly how that specific extension is performing and helps identify any misbehaving customizations that might be affecting your system. It's like having a microscope on one piece of your environment to troubleshoot or optimize that particular part. Choosing the right app for your needs is crucial. If you're focused on detailed, extension-specific insights, this zoomed-in view is perfect. It ensures you get relevant information without getting overwhelmed by unrelated data. On the other hand, we have the app that zooms out to give you a broader perspective. This view shows cross-environment behaviors, like login counts, client types, and overall performance metrics across your entire Business Central environment. It's ideal for understanding the big picture, seeing how all parts of your system are performing collectively. Both apps serve important roles. One helps with detailed troubleshooting, and the other provides strategic oversight. Together, they empower you to master telemetry and make informed decisions to optimize your Dynamics 365 Business Central deployment. Now, let's talk about setting up your Power by Telemetry workspace. This step is crucial because it allows you to move from static data to real-time monitoring, providing you with actionable insights that can truly inform your decisions. The key here is that once you make this transition, you'll see live telemetry data from your Dynamics 365 Business Central environment, replacing any placeholder information you might have had before. This makes your analysis much more meaningful and immediate. To enable this, you'll need to connect your app to the live data stream. That requires providing your Application Insights credentials, which essentially links your Power by Workspace directly to your environment's telemetry. Once connected, you'll be able to monitor what's happening in real time, giving you a much clearer picture of system performance and user activity. Another helpful tip is that installing either of the telemetry apps from Power by AppSource is a straightforward process. When you do this, a dedicated workspace is automatically created for you, and it comes pre-populated with sample data. This is great for testing and understanding how everything works before you start analyzing your actual data. Overall, this setup is a vital step towards mastering telemetry for Dynamics 365 Business Central, empowering you to harness live data for better decision-making and proactive management. Let's talk about understanding Application Insights keys, specifically the application ID versus the instrumentation key. These are crucial for working with telemetry data in Dynamics 365 Business Central. When we're using telemetry data for modern tools like Power by, we typically use the instrumentation key. This key allows Power by to read the data and visualize it effectively. However, a common mistake is to use the application ID instead of the instrumentation key in Power by. This results in silent failures, meaning no data shows up, and it can be quite confusing. You might spend a lot of time troubleshooting when, in fact, the key mismatch is the root cause. On the other hand, the application ID is used for writing telemetry data into Application Insights, which is more of a legacy approach. So, to sum up, the instrumentation key is used for reading data out to tools like Power by, and using the wrong key can cause silent failures. The application ID, meanwhile, is used for sending data into Application Insights. Keeping these distinctions clear helps ensure your telemetry setup works smoothly and avoids unnecessary troubleshooting. Let's walk through how to find the application ID in the Azure portal. First, you'll need to sign into the Azure portal using your credentials. Once you're logged in, locate the Application Insights resource that's linked to your Business Central telemetry. This is where all the magic happens, as it collects and stores your telemetry data. Next, navigate to the API Access section within that Application Insights resource. Here, you'll find the application ID, which is a 36-character GUID with hyphens. Make sure to copy this ID carefully because it's crucial for connecting Power BI to your live telemetry data. This ID acts as a unique identifier, enabling seamless integration between your telemetry data and your reporting tools. Remember, having the correct application ID is key to ensuring your Power BI dashboards display real-time data accurately. So, always double-check that you've got the right one before moving forward. Let's now look at some common pitfalls to watch out for when accessing telemetry data. First, it's crucial to verify that you're logged into the correct Azure tenant. Ensuring tenant alignment helps prevent permission issues and keeps your data secure. Next, double-check that you have the necessary read permissions on the Application Insights resource. Without proper permissions, you won't be able to access the telemetry data you need. Another important point is selecting a supported authentication method. OAuth 2 is a requirement here, so make sure you're using it correctly to authenticate your requests. Using an unsupported method can cause authentication failures and disrupt your data access flow. Finally, be careful not to confuse the instrumentation key with the application ID. The instrumentation key is used for different purposes, and using it instead of the application ID can lead to errors. Always ensure you're using the correct identifiers for the right functions. By paying attention to these points, you'll avoid common issues and streamline your telemetry data access process, keeping everything aligned with best practices. Now, let's look at how we connect Power BI to live telemetry data. This setup is really powerful because it allows us to run live queries directly against our Application Insights resource. Instead of relying on static samples, we're tapping into real-time signals from our environment, which means we get up-to-the-minute insights. The first key step is enabling live queries. Here, we need to set the lookback period, which determines how many days of telemetry data we want to retrieve. Typically, this ranges from 3 to 30 days, depending on how much history we need for analysis. Next, we have to choose our authentication method. We'll go with OAuth 2 because it's secure and widely supported. Selecting this method ensures that our Power BI setup can authenticate properly with Application Insights. Finally, in Power BI, it's crucial to paste the correct application ID into the telemetry app setup. This step links Power BI with our specific environment, ensuring that the data flow is accurate and secure. Connecting these pieces effectively allows us to harness the full power of telemetry data, giving us real-time insights that can drive smarter decisions across our Dynamics 365 Business Central environment. Now, let's talk about how Lookback settings impact data refresh. When you set your Lookback window, it directly affects how quickly your dashboards update and how well your system performs. If the window is too long, say 30 days, it can slow down the refresh process and even degrade overall performance. That's because you're processing a lot more data than necessary for most daily insights. On the other hand, if the window is too short, like just 3 days, you might miss important patterns or trends that develop over a longer period. So there's a balance to strike here. A longer look-back window, such as 30 days, is great for trend analysis and understanding overall adoption over time. It gives you a comprehensive view. Conversely, a shorter window, around 3 days, is perfect for quick triage or troubleshooting recent issues. It lets you focus on the most recent data, which can be very helpful for immediate problem resolution. Ultimately, choosing the right look-back setting depends on your specific needs, whether you prioritize detailed trend analysis or rapid response to current issues. This is a key part of mastering telemetry to keep your Dynamics 365 Business Central environment running smoothly and efficiently. Now, let's talk about some optional Power BI tweaks that can really help us optimize our telemetry and data refresh processes. First, it's important to balance data freshness with resource use. You want your data to be current enough to make informed decisions, but not so frequent that it overloads your system or causes unnecessary costs. You can set refresh schedules that range from multiple times per day to just once daily, depending on your needs. Next, when configuring your power by refresh schedules, remember that Business Central logs telemetry data in Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC. To make sense of spikes and events in your local context, you'll want to adjust the time zone setting accordingly. This way, your data aligns with your local time, making it easier to interpret and act on. Finally, to ensure everything is labeled correctly across different environments, it's crucial to map your Microsoft Entra tenant. This step helps maintain consistency and accuracy, especially when you're working with multiple tenants or regions. By paying attention to these tweaks, balancing refresh frequency, adjusting time zones, and mapping your tenant, you'll enhance your telemetry monitoring and reporting, making your Power by dashboards more reliable and aligned with your operational context. Once you're connected to Live Telemetry, those sample data placeholders will disappear permanently. This means that the demo or sample mode is essentially replaced by real-time data from your environment. It's important to understand that there's no toggle or switch to go back to demo mode once you've made this transition. If you want to see sample data again, you'll need to reinstall the app. This setup ensures that you're always working with actual, actionable insights that accurately reflect your current environment. It's a way to guarantee that your dashboard is truly representative of your live data, helping you make better-informed decisions. This permanent switch to live data is a key part of mastering telemetry for Dynamics 365 Business Central, providing real-time visibility and confidence in what you're analyzing. Now, let's take a closer look at the different types of telemetry data and what they tell us. First, we have data related to extension installs, restarts, and sandbox refreshes. These events help us understand how often users are deploying or updating extensions, and how frequently sandbox environments are being refreshed, giving us insight into the system's life cycle and stability. Next, we have extension and system events. These include specific actions taken within the system, which help us track user interactions and system responses. Monitoring SQL query durations and page load times is also crucial, as it reveals performance bottlenecks that could impact user experience. Performance indicators are another vital aspect, providing an overview of how well the system is performing overall. Alongside that, sessions and login sources give us visibility into user activity, who's accessing the system, from where, and how often. User activity metrics help us understand usage patterns, while system health signals offer ongoing insights into the system's operational status. Importantly, all this telemetry data is designed to capture a wide range of system health signals without exposing any sensitive business data. Together, these data types form a comprehensive picture, enabling us to optimize performance, improve user experiences, and maintain system health, key themes that run through the entire presentation. Now, let's explore how we can leverage telemetry dashboards as a powerful toolkit within Dynamics 365 Business Central. First, when it comes to administrative tracking, Power BI enables us to see exactly what system changes have been made. This helps us maintain control and ensure compliance. Moving on to performance analysis, these dashboards reveal where bottlenecks and slowdowns occur, allowing us to target improvements effectively. Error monitoring is another critical area. Power BI reports show us what failures are happening and pinpoint where they are, so we can respond quickly. Lastly, usage insights give us a clear picture of who is using the system and how they're engaging with it. Altogether, these dashboards are essential for gaining comprehensive visibility into our system's health and performance, helping us make smarter, data-driven decisions as we master telemetry in Business Central. Now, let's take a closer look at the usage report and how it helps us track adoption and activity. This is all about mastering telemetry for Dynamics 365 Business Central. First, it helps us manage licenses and confirm user engagement, especially during rollouts or user acceptance testing phases. This means we can see who's actively using the system and ensure our licenses are being utilized effectively. Next, managing engagement involves monitoring page views and feature usage. By doing this, we can validate whether users are adopting the new modules or features we've introduced. It's a great way to gauge training effectiveness and identify any areas where users might need additional support. Finally, tracking user activity gives us insights into login counts, session durations, and device types. This data helps us understand how users are interacting with the system. Are they logging in regularly? Are they spending enough time on certain tasks? Are they accessing it from various devices? All of these insights tie back to our overall goal, ensuring successful adoption and maximizing the value of Dynamics 365 Business Central for our organization. In this part of the presentation, we're focusing on how mastering telemetry can help us diagnose failures quickly in Dynamics 365 Business Central. One of the key signals to watch for are contention problems, which can seriously impact performance. For example, database deadlocks occur when multiple processes are waiting on each other, blocking user navigation and causing frustration. Recognizing these issues early allows us to take action before they escalate. We also need to pay attention to permission errors, which often show up as visible system faults. These can prevent users from performing their tasks and can be tricky to identify without proper telemetry data. Additionally, error dialogues and login errors serve as immediate indicators of authentication issues, which can be caused by configuration problems or security settings. By understanding and monitoring these signals, we can respond more swiftly to problems, minimizing downtime and ensuring a smoother user experience. This all ties back to our overall goal, leveraging telemetry to maintain system health and optimize performance in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the key performance bottlenecks we need to identify and address. First, slow page load times can really impact user experience, so we monitor how long pages take to load and how long it takes to open tenants. If these times are delayed, it could point to underlying issues that need attention. Next, we focus on AL method execution times. If an AL method takes more than 10,000 milliseconds or 10 seconds, we flag it for optimization. These long-running methods can slow down overall system performance and should be reviewed for efficiency. Moving on, database lock timeouts are another critical factor. When locks last over 15 seconds, it often indicates contention within the database, which can cause delays for users trying to access or modify data. Addressing these lock timeouts can significantly improve system responsiveness. Finally, we keep an eye on long-running SQL queries. If a query exceeds 750 milliseconds, it's considered a bottleneck. These queries can be resource-intensive and slow down the entire system, so identifying and optimizing them is essential for smooth operation. By monitoring these specific areas, page load times, AL method execution, lock timeouts, and SQL queries, we can effectively pinpoint performance issues and work towards a faster, more reliable system. In this slide, we're focusing on understanding system changes through the administration report. One key area is how we log the application of patches. This helps us keep track of what updates have been applied and when, which is essential for troubleshooting and maintaining system stability. Along with patches, we also track configuration changes, like adjustments to system settings, that can impact overall performance. Next, we assess how these changes affect system performance. It's not just about knowing what changed, but understanding how those changes influence the system's health and efficiency. This is crucial for proactive management. We also look at how we track the installation and updating of extensions. Monitoring these helps us see their impact on system health, whether they improve functionality or introduce issues. Correlating these ongoing changes with performance or error spikes is another vital point. By doing this, we can identify root causes more quickly, which saves us time and avoids the blame game, focusing instead on solutions. Finally, we log environment events that impact system health, such as sandbox refreshes, system restarts, patch applications, and configuration changes. Keeping track of these events allows us to see how they influence system stability and performance over time. Altogether, this approach helps us maintain a resilient, well-understood system, integral to mastering Dynamics 365 Business Central. In this real-world case, we see how telemetry helped uncover deadlocks that were linked to the replication counter update process. These deadlocks were causing delays in payroll processing, especially under load, which can be a significant issue for business operations. By enabling the skip replication counter update switch, we were able to proactively resolve the problem before it impacted users or caused downtime. This example really highlights how telemetry transforms invisible, hard-to-detect issues into clear, actionable insights. It shows the power of proactive monitoring in preventing costly disruptions, ensuring smoother and more reliable system performance. Now, let's move on to the advanced options for telemetry in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Specifically, we'll look at how you can export KQL queries to Power BI. Beyond the standard 4 telemetry reports we've discussed, there's a powerful feature that allows you to leverage the full potential of Azure logs. You can create custom Custo query language, or KQL, queries and export them directly into Power BI as M queries. This means you can design highly tailored dashboards that suit your unique operational questions and complex scenarios. By crafting your own queries, you gain granular control over the data you're analyzing, which leads to deeper insights into system behavior, performance issues, and extension-specific challenges. This advanced capability is especially useful for teams that want to go beyond out-of-the-box reports and develop bespoke monitoring solutions that can evolve alongside their business needs. Proactive maintenance really is the key to better system reliability. When we catch issues early, we can prevent unexpected failures that disrupt daily operations. And when the system is more reliable, it naturally leads to happier users who experience fewer interruptions and smoother workflows. Telemetry plays a crucial role here because it gives organizations the confidence to manage their business central environments proactively. By leveraging data-driven insights, we can see what's happening in real time and make smarter decisions to keep everything running smoothly. This early visibility is essential because it allows us to schedule fixes during planned maintenance windows, rather than rushing to fix problems in an emergency. This approach minimizes downtime and keeps the business running without unexpected interruptions. Additionally, measurable signals like session spikes or error trends help us spot issues before they become major problems. This early detection prevents problems from escalating and reduces the number of help desk tickets, saving time and resources. Ultimately, telemetry enables us to shift from a reactive approach, fixing things only after they break, to a proactive one, where we focus on maintaining system health before issues even arise. This proactive system health management is what keeps our systems more stable, reliable, and user-friendly. Let's talk about privacy and security in telemetry. First off, it's important to understand that telemetry is not spying. It isolates system signals from any business content, meaning it focuses on technical data rather than sensitive information. This approach helps us maintain security while still giving us the visibility we need to keep the environment running smoothly. It's all about operational insight without surveillance. We ensure that our telemetry practices comply with data protection standards, which reassures stakeholders that their data is safe and used solely for improving system performance. We follow a privacy-by-design approach, so telemetry never captures invoice details or any customer-specific data. This means no sensitive information is included in the telemetry data we collect. When we talk about what is excluded, it includes session start and end times, login sources, SQL query durations, and extension behaviors. The focus of our telemetry data is strictly on system health and performance signals. It does not include sensitive business or customer information. Instead, It provides valuable insights into how the system is functioning, helping us identify issues and optimize performance all without compromising privacy. Power BI Pro is a crucial investment for teams serious about system administration. It enables actionable insights and real-time monitoring, which are vital for effective management. By investing in the Pro license, users transition from just looking at mannequin data to accessing actual system telemetry. This shift is essential for proactive system management, allowing us to spot issues early and make informed decisions. Think of Power BI Pro as a gateway to real telemetry. It allows us to run live queries against Azure Application Insights, giving us up-to-date reports on usage, errors, and overall performance. This capability is what makes real-time monitoring possible. Without the Pro license, we're limited to static sample data that only simulates telemetry. Unfortunately, this means we can't access live data or generate actionable insights. So, if we want full visibility and control, a Power BI Pro license is mandatory. It unlocks the full potential of our Business Central telemetry dashboards and ensures we're always working with the latest information. Now, let's talk about setting up your environment for telemetry analysis. The first step is to define the lookback period, which determines how much historical data you'll pull. For quick triage and immediate issues, I recommend choosing 3 days. But if you're interested in identifying trends over time, 30 days gives you a broader view. Next, you'll need to configure this lookback period within your setup. Simply paste your application ID into the Power BI app setup screen and make sure to select OAuth 2 as your authentication method. This ensures secure access to your data. Moving on, you need to access the Application Insights API access blade in the Azure portal. Here, it's important to locate the application ID, which is a 36-character string, not the instrumentation key. This ID is crucial because it links your data sources to your analysis tools. Once you have that, the next step is to install the Dynamics 365 Business Central Usage app from AppSource. This app provides extension-specific insights, helping you understand how users interact with your system. It's a valuable tool for detailed telemetry. Lastly, you should set up an Application Insights resource within your Azure subscription. Be sure to grant the appropriate read permissions so your tools can access the telemetry data smoothly. By following these steps, you'll have a solid foundation for monitoring and analyzing your Dynamics 365 Business Central environment effectively. Let's go through some troubleshooting tips for common connection issues to help you get everything running smoothly. These steps are designed to resolve most problems quickly and save you time chasing after phantom errors that can often be misleading. First, after making any changes to your setup, it's important to trigger a manual dataset refresh in Power BI. This ensures that all your new settings are applied correctly, preventing stale data from causing confusion. Next, if you're working across different tenants, consider using an API key as an alternative way to authenticate. This can simplify cross-tenant authentication and reduce potential errors. It's also crucial to verify that your user account has the necessary read permissions on the Application Insights resource. Make sure you're logged into the correct Azure tenant to avoid permission issues that could block data access. When setting up authentication in Power BI, double-check that OAuth 2 is selected as the method. Other authentication methods are unsupported and can silently fail, making troubleshooting more difficult. Lastly, confirm that you have copied the correct identifier. Use the application ID, which is used for reading telemetry data, and not the instrumentation key, which is meant for writing telemetry. Mixing these up can cause connection failures or data access issues. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to resolving most connection problems and making the most of your telemetry insights. Now, as we reach the conclusion, I want to emphasize the importance of flying with instruments, not blindfolded. By investing in a proper telemetry setup and actively leveraging the insights it provides, you transform your role from simply reacting to issues to becoming a strategic operator. This means you can steer your system with confidence, even through complex changes. This kind of visibility allows for a strategic transformation, reducing the need for firefighting, improving overall system reliability, and empowering your IT and development teams to collaborate more effectively. Instead of guessing or reacting blindly to problems, you now have measurable signals, clear data points, that guide smarter decisions and enable proactive maintenance. Tools like telemetry and power by dashboards give you a transparent, actionable view into your business' central environment's health. This enhanced visibility isn't just about monitoring. It's about empowering you to manage your system proactively and with confidence.